And that's absolutely magic. Aha, see what I did there? Good afternoon, David Paton.
It's nice to be here, Mark.
Thank you very much for taking the time from your extremely busy rock and roll lifestyle to join us here in the metropolis of Midlothian and talk about your music. Obviously, we played there Magic by your band Pilot. What year was that in, David?
74.
1974. So.
I think I wrote it in 72, but we got everything together by 1974.
Took a couple of years to perfect it, or to remember what you'd written down in the first place.
Something like that.
Take us back to the start, Dave. Tell us where it all started for you as a musician.
Well, I suppose I have to take it as far back as the Bay City Rollers, really, because two of the members of Pilot were ex-Bay City Rollers. And that was Billy Lyle and myself. Billy Lyle played keyboards. And I was in the Rollers for about approaching a year. Mm-hmm. And they were asked to sign a recording deal with Bell Records, which I really thought to myself, I don't want to go this way. I think I'll take my chances by myself and see what I can do. Rather than be a famous Bay City Roller, I thought, I'll not be famous at all. Take that gamble. Uh-huh. So I left. And I used to attend the library in George IV Bridge for music, for guitar. And for maybe a year passed and I didn't see any of the members of the band. I saw Billy Lyle at the library and we bumped into each other at the library door. And he told me he was working in Craighall Studios in Edinburgh as a recording engineer. Yeah. And he said, there's plenty downtime in the studio. If you're still writing songs, you can come down, I'll play piano for you, and all you have to do is play bass and guitar for me. And that's really how Pilot started. We met at the library door, and I even wrote a song on one of the Pilot albums called The Library Door, all about that meeting of Billy and I, the birth of Pilot, really. Uh-huh. So, and that's how we started, and we just kept recording together for a long, long time. We compiled about 100 songs, 100 demos, one of them being Magic, and we had friends, family saying, these songs are really good, you should do something with them. Mm. Eventually, I was gigging in a place called Tiffany's in Edinburgh. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I just remember it, I've got to say.
No longer there, but yeah. I was in the house band there, playing 5 nights a week. And we used to have a drummer who depped sometimes, who stood in for the regular drummer. His name was Stuart Tosh. And I said, Stuart, would you like to come along to Craighall Studios, play drum for us on our demos? And really, when he started playing with Pilot, that's when the songs really started to take shape and we sounded like a professional band. Yeah. And Stuart happened to mention to me, I know a guy that works in EMI Records. He's a label manager. Do you want to make an appointment and we'll go down and see him? There it was.
And there it was. And then you ended up... It's funny, actually. We were talking off air earlier. We were talking about Facebook, but somebody had put up a video onto Facebook of one of your Top of the Pops appearances. Aye. And you didn't actually remember that one.
There's a lot of them I don't remember. And when I look at myself back there, I feel like I'm looking at my son. You know, that's my laddie. That's what it feels like for me.
But, I mean, the Top of the Pops, you must have thought at that point then, David, we've made it.
It was a roller coaster, you know. You just step on it and whoosh, you know, it's all happening, all singing, all dancing. We never got any time to relax or do any. I never got time to come home to Edinburgh. I was in London all the time. There was interviews to do. There was flying out to Europe to do TV shows. Unfortunately, we didn't venture as far as USA or Australia, but our songs were huge in these countries, and we should have taken advantage of it. But we had bad management, and that's part of the apprenticeship, I think. Part
of the apprenticeship, part of the learning curve as well.
Exactly.
Now, since those days, obviously, you know, you've still sold a lot of records, you've still done a lot of things, but it's been from project to project to project. It's kept going over all those years.
It has. A lot of that is word of mouth. Alan Parsons was Pilot's producer, and we picked him from a list of engineers that worked at Abbey Road. When we got the deal with EMI owned Abbey Road, so they gave us a list of 10 engineers who were working in Abbey Road at that time and said, see if you fancy any of them to produce your album. And we saw the name Alan Parsons, and I remembered he was the engineer on Dark Side of the Moon. And I also knew he had been doing some of McCartney's solo stuff around the mid-70s. So we all said, let's get Alan Parsons. So I worked with Alan Parsons, and that led on to all of Pilot actually playing with the Alan Parsons Project. And then people get to hear what you're doing, and the guy that arranged the strings for Alan Parsons and for Pilot, he went on to produce Kate Bush. His name was Andrew Powell. So he asked us to play on the album, myself and Ian Bairnson. And, you know, it just goes on word of mouth, and then you get people like Chris de Burgh, Chris Rea, all these kind of people come along asking you to play bass, which is a great honour, you know, to do that. People that you respect and want to work with. So, word of mouth.
Well, nice bit of name drop in there, I've got to say.
There's more.
I don't know who's been the worst name dropper. I think up until this point, Bob Heatley probably came up with more.
I heard a great expression. Somebody walked into a room backstage and said there were so many names dropping you had to wear a hard hat.
I can imagine. But I mean, obviously that's the circles that you've operated in over the years. Now, your last album was called Under the Sun.
Under the Sun, yeah.
And you've sold. This has been selling fairly well over the last year.
It's done really well for me. This is, we're talking 40 years on now from Pilot's success, and I've been putting out albums for the last 10 years or so, but this is the one that has really taken off. I have good distribution now. I think that's helped. I have distribution in Japan, I have distribution in the USA, and now there's downloads available online from iTunes and all the rest. So it all helps with overall sales. It's
a totally different day for physically getting the albums out to the shops, having to have them pressed in time for release, and the digital age has made it so much easier to sell your music.
Absolutely, it's made it much more accessible to people. But there's a lot of people out there fighting to get their product heard, and I think it's because of my history. I've got a wee bit of a start, a wee bit of an edge.
Now we're going to play probably about 4 tracks in the next hour from the album. But the first one we're going to play, you wrote with somebody,
some Japanese guys. I've been working with a Japanese band called Beagle Hat. Their albums have done really well too, and that came about with them writing me an email and just saying, "Would you sing one of the songs on our latest album? We'd like your input in it." I said, "Okay." So they sent me lyrics that were translated from Japanese, and obviously they didn't rhyme, they didn't really make sense, so I ended up writing lyrics for the song and also added a little bit of guitar and said, just here's a bit of guitar as well, see what you think. And they came back and they said, "We really like what you've done, will you sing all the songs on the album?" So I said, "Okay, I'll sing all the songs." And that went on. We did another album, we've done 2 albums. Apparently they're very rare and hard to come by, and myself and the singer from the band, who I replaced slightly, his name is Hisa Tanaka, and he continued to send me songs and said, "What do you think of this?" And I said, "Oh, that's a good song, I'll work on that one." And there's one song in particular I thought, this is a really good song, and we worked on it together, and I thought, it's so good, I'd like to put it on this album that I have now, and it's called All For You.
Excellent. And if anybody's got any comments, you can come on to either the Facebook page or email studio@blackdiamondfm.com.
I can't forget the times that you were here with me. I'm holding on to thoughts of how it used to be. Distant days and far away memories. Remembering the joy beneath the starry skies, for me, then I will know for sure we'll find the happiness and end the searching for distant days and far away memories. Sometimes we never try. If you give love, so will I. You're all I've been thinking of. You're all I've been dreaming of. My desire, my hopes and dreams are all for you. You're all I've been thinking of. Just a smile, just a lonely smile lets me know where I belong. Don't you know you're turning me on? Anytime you'd like to get next to me, anytime I could easily make you mine. Anytime. If you're ever in need of love and care, I'll be there. There's something we can share. Anytime. Just a smile, just a lonely smile lets me know where I belong. Don't you know you're turning me on, turn me on. Finding out what it's all about, reaching out to the sky. Don't you know you're getting me high, I'm too high. Everybody likes to have someone else to get by. There's nobody else but you and I. Anytime you'd like to get next to me, anytime. Nobody can deny we'll get by. Just a smile, just a lonely smile lets me know where I belong. Don't you know you're turning me on, turn me on. Finding out what it's all about, reaching out to the
Just a Smile. Well, it's actually a remix. That's.
Aye, it's a re-record completely, and it was Pilot's first single, and we were all really happy with it and wanted it to be successful. So it was released as the first single, and then it charted at number 31. EMI were expecting, well, we were all expecting a lot more from it than that. So then we put out Magic, and after Magic, we put out Just a Smile again, as if to say, did you not hear it the first time? And it was a similar reaction.
There's actually loads and loads of bands that have done that, haven't they?
Aye.
You know, they've released a single, it's not done anything, and then.
I think they thought, now that the name Pilot's established, let's try this Just a Smile again.
Yeah. And did it work the second time?
No, really, it was about the same. 36, I think.
Cool. Where did Magic in January chart?
Magic was number 11 in the UK. It was number 5 in the USA, and it was number 1 in Australia for 11 weeks. So they keep telling me 11 weeks, and they got fed up of playing the same video over and over and over again, and eventually they had to refuse, a bit of like the wet, wet, wet thing, refused to play it anymore.
I don't think anybody plays that, or Brian Adams. Nobody plays it again. That's it. It's binned.
Well, I'm glad to see Magic still gets played a lot, so I'm happy about that.
Now, your friend and mine, Stuart Stott, commented on Facebook earlier on saying Davy's sure to have quite a few stories about back in the day, should we describe it. But I think the question that most listeners would be asking is, you know, was it rock and roll lifestyle? Was that, you know, did it all happen?
The majority of the time, yes, it did. There's a lot more hanging about involved in a rock and roll lifestyle than people realise. However, when you're out there doing it, when you're doing your interviews and when you're doing your TVs and radios and travelling from country to country, writing about, it is the rock and roll lifestyle, and you live it and love every minute of it. And you tend to adapt to that kind of lifestyle and get involved in all the activities that you shouldn't be involved in because of it.
Recreational activities.
You want to play the part, you know, you want to be the rock star. And give you an example of that. I worked with Elton John in the mid-80s, name dropping again. And I was with him for...
It's a habit, you know.
I was with him for about 3 years, and that was about the time when Elton was a bit wild. Parties every night after the shows and lots of things going on. And that was the rock and roll lifestyle. I left Elton, went on to work with other people like Rick Wakeman and whatnot. And then in the mid-90s, I was asked to go back to Elton to do a tour of America and South America. So I started that tour a bit apprehensive, wondering, I wonder if it's all that party and all the rest of it. It wasn't. It was completely changed. Elton had dried out completely. They were all on their health kick. They were all walking about, all the band walking about with bottles of water, going out jogging first thing in the morning. I thought, this isn't a rock and roll lifestyle for me, you know. It's like meeting Tam White in Asda one time and he's saying, Davey, this isn't very rock and roll. You know, it's that kind of thing. So I thought, we did the first gig and I went back to my hotel room and I'm buzzing. I just played in front of 15,000 people and I thought, surely they know I've gone to bed. But they did. They asked, good night, Davey, see you in the morning. I thought, wait a minute. So I thought, I'm going down to the bar. So I went down to the bar in the hotel, and there in front of me was Davy Johnston, the long blonde hair. He was to me. He was sitting at the bar. He had a bucket with a bottle of champagne in it and a packet of Golden Virginia at the side of him. And as I walked to him, I was thinking, this is the rock and roll life. You know? So I joined him for a drink.
Quite right, quite right. But, you know, obviously, as you grow up, I suppose, you know, things change and priorities change. And, you know, that the appeal of going away on tour and everything else, you know, maybe isn't there as much, you know, nowadays. It's about enjoying your music nowadays. It
is. It's all enjoyment. A lot of well, for musicians, you know, there's a lot of competition involved. You always want to be better than everybody else, so there's always a wee bit of competition. I don't think I have that competitive side of me anymore. I still want to achieve things. I still want to write another great song if I can, and I'll never stop doing that. But for now, it's all fun. It really is fun.
and just sitting back.
Relax with it.
I actually had somebody on the show a number of weeks ago who says it's good to be able to sit back nowadays and enjoy the music that you're writing. You know, just writing it for the sake of trying to find that song. But to actually sit back and enjoy your own music.
And there's no pressure on me. You know, usually when you're signed to a record company, it's you've got to do an album a year. There's no pressure on me to write an album. I just write an album when I feel like it. if it comes to me.
Sitting with the feet up with the
pipe and the slippers.
The cravat. And, like, sitting in there. Oh, no, I was going to mention. Now, we're going to play another one from your album, which is track number 4, Don't Touch Me.
All right.
Tell us a bit about this.
All right. I play in a band called The Flavours. We play in Edinburgh quite a bit. We had a residency for a long time somewhere, but we're now branched out and we do a lot of corporate stuff and whatnot. But one of the guys in the band has a villa in France. And when he first purchased the villa, he said, let's take the band out. We'll all go out and we'll just have a great laugh a week together, you know. So we did that. And we did get drunk every night, I must admit, we did. And we were doing all our own cooking. We were doing a kind of, I can't remember what it's called, that cookery programme where each person cooks each night and you judge each other. We did that.
It's the come dine with me sort of thing.
That's a come dine with me. We did that, and so one night Callie, the guitar player, cooked, and then after it we're all sitting about playing the guitar and whatnot, and Callie said, I'm going to get really drunk tonight. And Stevie, the singer, said, well, if you're going to get drunk, don't touch me. At which point I picked up the guitar and I just started to sing, if you're going to get drunk, don't touch me. And they said, did you just make that up? Yeah. So it just kept playing it, and you know, it expands and it became a whole tune. And this is the whole tune on the album.
Just before I play it, it's funny, you touched on something there. Is it just, you know, sometimes the ideas for a song just comes from nowhere? Or just from a small event and you think, oh.
With me, most of the time it's been triggered by something that somebody has said or a phrase that I like the sound of. Like, for instance, Magic, when I sing, I've never been away, never seen a day break. That was my wife saying to me when I had to get up early one morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, we're going to bed, and she said to me, I've never been awake to see the daybreak. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, I can hear a song there.
But did she get the royalties for it?
she gets half.
Right, we're going to play this, and Don't Touch Me.
If you're gonna get drunk, don't touch me. If you're gonna get drunk, don't feel me. 'Cause I know I'm a lucky boy, yes I know. You wanna give me joy, and it sure looks plain to see. You wanna make good love to me. I know if you're gonna get drunk, don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you're gonna get drunk, don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you're gonna get high, don't talk to me. If you're gonna get stoned, don't think of me. Because I know I'm a lucky boy, yes I know. You're gonna give me joy, and it sure looks plain to see. You wanna play those games with me. I know if you're gonna get drunk, don't touch me. You gotta feel for me. If you wanna make love, you gotta sing to me. 'Cause I know I'm a lucky boy, yes I know. You're gonna give me joy, and it sure looks plain to see. You wanna give good love to me. I He said you got a problem and you better get into bed. He said I got a pill to make it feel fine, to make it feel happy, but you better get off the wine. But I wanna make love and I wanna have fun, and I gotta have freedom, and I wanna be out in the sun. It's just a matter of pace, just a matter of time, just a matter of love. Then I'll be fine, but I gotta have freedom, and I wanna lay out in the sun. I gotta have rest, forget about time. I need plenty of sleep, and everything will be fine. I gotta take it easy for 1 week or two, and when I get my strength back, we'll see what we can do. 'Cause I wanna make love and I wanna have fun, and I gotta have freedom, and I wanna be out in the sun. It's just a matter of pace, just a matter of time, just a matter of love. Then I'll be fine. I wanna have freedom under the sun. Well, I'm right here senseless, not a worry or a care. But I gotta take a shower, and I wanna go wash my hair. 'Cause I wanna make love, and I wanna have fun, and I gotta have freedom, and I wanna be out in the sun. It's just a matter of pace, just a matter of time, just a matter of love. Then I'll be fine, but I gotta have freedom, and I wanna lay out in the sun. I wanna make love, I wanna have fun, I wanna have freedom under the sun. I wanna make love, wanna have fun, wanna have freedom under the sun.
I want to have freedom. I want to have fun under the sun.
That's it.
And I've got to tell you, that's a really cheery song about about a particular event in your life.
It was a health scare I had, and I did have a heart attack, and I didn't expect it. I had been to the doctor the week before complaining that I had, which turned out to be angina. And I got the test, the graph, and all the rest of it, and he said, come back next week and we'll see how you are. I was working in the studio on the Friday morning with a guy called Jamie the opera singer. And I went to the doctor in the afternoon, and he said to me, you're fine, you've got a lovely, strong, healthy heartbeat, you're nothing wrong with you. So off I went. It was Christmas time, and I went off to the Gyle to buy a Christmas present for my wife, and suddenly felt these pains in my chest getting worse and worse. And I had to go home. It was, to cut a long story short, I got home, phoned my wife and said, I'm not well. She said, right, you've got two choices. You come in an ambulance or I take you to the hospital. Mm-hmm. So off I went to the hospital. They said to me, how long have you had these pains? Oh, it's been about 2 hours now. Gave me a clot buster, and immediately the pain disappeared, and I thought, I'm fine, I can go now.
Yeah.
No, not quite as easy as that. So I needed a stent. I got a stent put in my heart, and I felt fine, but I still had to stay in the hospital for a week. And I don't know, there'll be many people out there that have had a stay in the hospital for a week, and it's really, really boring. So I was thinking of all the things I was missing, the sun shining, and I want to make love, I want to have fun, as you said, and that's what I wanted to be doing. And that's what the song was about, really. It was about me going to the doctor and all the rest. It's all in there.
So a life-changing event that turns into a song.
Aye. And you know, people think, oh, heart attack's a huge scare nowadays. It can be if it's not caught early enough. As soon as there's any slight feeling of pain in your chest, it should be checked out right away. That clotbuster can stop any damage being done to your heart completely.
See, there you go. Advice from the man who's been there and been lying in that bed for a week. David, thank you very much for bringing your music in today and sharing your experiences with us.
It's been a pleasure, Mark. Nice talking to you.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. The album you can still get online. It's been out for about a year, but it's called Under the Sun, David Paton, and you can find it in all the usual retailers. It's on iTunes. And it's distributed everywhere.
That's
so
it.
just do a wee search for it.
Thanks.
All the very best for the future, Dave.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Keep up the rock and roll lifestyle that you have nowadays.
I'll calm down a wee bit, I think.
And we're going to play another wee song that you wrote that did no bad a few years ago. This is January.